kiri Chief Retail Officer Engineer Megat Jalaluddin Megat Hasan. Untuk sesi Q&A sebentar lagi, rakan-rakan media adalah diminta untuk memberikan nama serta media yang anda wakili. Tanpa membuang masa, saya menjemput Encik Amir Hamzah memulakan sidang media ini. Dipersilakan.
Assalamualaikum dan selamat sejahtera. Saya mengucapkan terima kasih kerana semua orang yang hadir untuk sidang media kami pada hari ini. Seperti yang disebut oleh pengacara majlis, kami mengambil maklum isu bil naik berlebihan dah menjadi perkara hangat di dalam negara ini. TNB mengambil pandangan berat di atas perkara ini dan telah pun mengambil beberapa langkah utama untuk menguraikannya. Terlebih lalu, kami ingin mengulang lagi bahawa TNB akan memenuhi janji untuk meneliti dan memperinci aduan atau laporan yang diterima. Jika ada bukti ada bil yang di-charge berlebihan, TNB akan kreditkan semula dalam bil pelanggan. Itu yang kita dah pernah kata dah, dan kita akan berpegang pada apa yang kita janjikan. Sebagaimana yang sedia maklum, TNB pun telah menjemput pelanggan yang terkesan dengan isu bil ini untuk ke kedai tenaga, dan kalau tak boleh menghubungi kami dengan TNB Care Line untuk buat report lah. Segala aduan dan maklum balas yang kami terima sedang kami meneliti dengan halus bagi mencari jalan penyelesaian. Respon dari pelanggan untuk membuat pertanyaan atau aduan selepas kami mewar-warkan adalah baik. Untuk maklum semua, pada bulan April kami menerima sebanyak 5,621 aduan. Setelah kami menjemput pelanggan mengadu ke kedai tenaga dan TNB Care Line, aduan bagi bulan Mei meningkat sedikit kepada 9,028. Ini menjadikan jumlah aduan yang diterima sebanyak 14,469. Dari jumlah ini, 11,331 telah pun diselesaikan. Tinggal hanya 3,318 yang masih dalam siasatan. Saya ingin menerangkan yang walaupun kita Syawal tak lama lagi menjelma, kedai tenaga masih lagi beroperasi untuk menerima dan melayan pelanggan. Kerana isu ini hangat pada masa ini, kami telah pun menambah warga kerja untuk melayani pertanyaan dan memberi maklum balas kepada setiap orang yang masuk agar dapat dilayani dengan lebih pantas. Setiap pelanggan yang datang untuk membuat laporan dan aduan bil tinggi di kedai tenaga akan kami membantu sebaik-baiknya. Malah yang belum buat laporan pun kami anjurkan silalah datang membuat laporan di kedai tenaga. Laporan ini penting kerana ia memberi kita latar belakang atas laduan tu dan menyenangkan kita untuk buat siasatan agar kita dapat penyelesaian yang lebih cepat lagi. Memandangkan isu ini timbul tak jauh pada musim perayaan, sudah tentu yang ada yang terkesan berasa bimbang sikit lah, kerana risau nak masuk raya ni apa akan terjadi. TNB mengambil peluang ini untuk menjamin bahawa masa masuk bulan raya ni kan, the process of disconnection ke any of those activity tidak akan dijalankan, because for us we understand that is important untuk semua orang dapat rasa lega masa sambut raya Aidilfitri. Jadi kita tak mahu isu ini menjadi isu yang membebankan atau merisaukan orang. Ya. Pada mereka yang buat laporan, dan laporan itu masih dalam siasatan, dan kalaulah laporan siasatan terlambat sikit, kerana laporan telah pun dibuat, pemotongan tidak akan dijalankan. Ya. Yang penting untuk kami ialah memastikan apa yang betul-betul isu, dan kita tutup isu itu dengan betul. Ya. Contohnya untuk Hari Pelanggan TNB yang baru berakhir hari ini, sambutan yang terima amat baik sekali. Tapi yang paling pentingnya, masa kita ajak pelanggan ke Hari TNB, suasana yang ada boleh saya katakan harmoni dan tenang lah. Kita faham kalau orang berasa dia ada isu, mungkin benda ni boleh jadi hangat. Ya. Saya berterima kasih lah kepada semua orang kerana masuk dalam isu ni dan boleh manage the isu dengan tenang, dengan harmoni. Ini menjadikan staff TNB dapat melayani dengan lebih senang lagi. Kerana bukan senang kalau orang masuk banyak kan. That is important that we maintain a good harmony as we try to resolve the issue. Pada pelanggan yang masih ada isu, dan kalaulah tak dapat ke kedai tenaga, silalah telefon care line kami di talian 1300 88 5454 untuk memastikan bahawa isu ini dapat ditangani dengan lebih cepat dan semua orang ada peluang untuk masuk. TNB telah mengambil inisiatif untuk melanjutkan waktu operasi kedai tenaga. Kedai tenaga akan beroperasi dari 8 pagi hingga ke 6 petang setiap hari bekerja, serta hari Sabtu. Ya. Untuk care line, ia akan beroperasi dari jam 7 pagi sampai 11 malam, termasuk hari cuti am, ya, kecuali hari Ahad. Untuk makluman semua, TNB secara berterusan mengungkasi, we've been sharing lah the status of where we are, dengan memberi kerjasama penuh kepada Mestek dengan ST. Ya, kita ingin buat masa ini our focus yang paling utama untuk memberi perhatian kepada menyesuaikan isu yang orang raise to us. Ya. Kami sedar bahawa andaian isu teknikal memberi kesan kepada sistem pengambilan kami. We've heard rumours lah that people have been saying that there have been some technical issue. So I wanted to be sure that everybody is on the same page lah. Yeah? Kerana we informed through the media forms that we have that kita punya system had a slight disruption from the 15th to the 20th of May. Tapi selepas itu, sistem itu telah beroperasi sepenuhnya. Between the 15th and 20th May, the system was operationalized in stages so that we can make sure that we can service the customer as fast as we can. By the 20th of May, semua functionality sistem telah beroperasi. Sebab itulah kepada sesetengah pelanggan, untuk bulan ni tempoh bil yang didapati panjang sikit lah, because the extra 5 days that went in, so some people got an extra 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 days. From a management point of view, untuk to manage the issue, TNB is also set up pasukan khas tandingi bil tinggi. Pasukan khas ini diketuai our Chief Retail Officer, IR Megat Jalaluddin Megat Hassan. This is to show and to give comfort that this issue is not being put aside. It is a very, very serious issue that TNB takes seriously, and we have assigned our Chief Retail Officer to manage it. Then management's need reviews the feedback regularly. Yeah. We give commitment that for every laporan yang kita terima, we will give the support necessary to make sure that we resolve the issue, yeah, through the investigation that's conducted. Because kita dalam bulan Ramadan masa ni, dan Aidilfitri pun tak lama lagi akan tiba, saya ambil peluang ni lah kan. Kami di TNB mengambil peluang untuk mengucapkan selamat Hari Raya Aidilfitri dan maaf saya batin pada semua pelanggan di Malaysia. Kami juga memohon maaflah kepada pelanggan yang terkesan pada isu ini, dan kami akan berusaha untuk menyelesaikannya secepat mungkin agar ia tidak berpanjangan. I want to take this opportunity juga lah kan, dalam keseronokan kita menyambut Lebaran, just to remind, the normal practices are very important lah. Jadi yang nak balik kampung tu, yeah, please make sure that you turn off the switches in the house. Yeah? Janganlah biar kadang-kadang when the standby mode is on, the electricity is still being consumed. Yeah? So do the practical things that you have to do. Juga bila orang tengah sambut raya ni kan, kadang-kadang kita pakai extension switches ni kan. Penting apa-apa yang kita pasang tu dah quality control and approved by SIRIM. Yeah? Because I want to make sure that we have a safe Hari Raya. So try not to overload the system by putting too many plugs in this thing. This is just a safety advice lah as you move in, because I think it's important that we remember as we move into Hari Raya. Also, for people to be aware, seperti lazimnya ada warga kerja TNB yang akan bertugas pada hari Lebaran bagi memastikan bekalan elektrik dapat terus dibekalkan tanpa gangguan. Seramai 9,300 warga kami akan ditugaskan supaya sambutan Aidilfitri dapat dirayakan dengan penuh meriah dan lancar. Kami amat berterima kasih atas jasa baik mereka, kerana mereka bekerja, kita semua dapat menyambut Hari Raya Aidilfitri dengan sempurna lah. Jadi buat masa ini, saya sekali lagi mengucapkan selamat Hari Raya Aidilfitri dan maaf saya batin. I pass it back to the pengurusan majlis untuk session Q&A.
Terima kasih Encik Arif. Saya buka majlis ini untuk soalan daripada pihak media.
TV3.
Sorry,
daripada TV3. Encik Amir, macam mana dengan pengguna yang dah membayar lebihan bil yang di-charge, dan bagaimana pula dengan pengguna yang adakah pengguna boleh menangguhkan dulu pembayaran sedia ada? Dan yang kedua, Suruhanjaya Tenaga ada dalam satu pernyataan dengan TV3 semalam menyatakan bahawa TNB dah melanggar Akta Bekalan Elektrik, ya atau tidak? Dan satu, jika tidak, kenapa berlakunya kenaikan mendadak sehingga pengguna tidak berpadu?
Okay, let me answer the first question first. Okay? The question is, kalau orang rasa dia dah bayar lebih, boleh dia tangguh tak bayar kan? The most important thing to do is kalau orang rasa dia dah di-charge lebih kan, saya mengaju kita buat laporan dulu kan, so that we can investigate and assess whether the claim is true or not. Yeah? And as we said earlier, kalau betul-betul the claim is correct, that there has been an overbilling, TNB has said that we will credit back the amount that has been overcharged. That was the promise that TNB has made, and we will honour the promise that has been made. Yeah? But first, kita minta tolonglah, buatlah aduan agar kita boleh siasat dengan yang betul. Yeah. As I said earlier dalam the briefing tadi, our focus pada masa ini ialah untuk resolve the issue. Yeah. Kita selesaikan isu dan benda lain kita cakap lepas itulah. Yeah. That is the most important thing that I want to do, because my focus is about the customer first. Yeah. Yang lain kita resolve benda lain. Other question?
Saya Faris dari RTM. Saya nak tahu sebelum ni ada sidang media bersama dengan Menteri Mestek dan juga ST. Mereka ada maklumkan ada kemungkinan 3 masalah teknikal yang disebabkan yang menyebabkan isu ni timbul. Jadi nak tahu juga mungkin apa 3 isu tersebut yang menyebabkan kenaikan bil secara mendadak. Terima kasih.
Seperti saya katakan tadi kan, what TNB is doing is receiving queries or complaints to the approved lines that we have. Yeah? And from the approved line, kita investigate sampai kita tahu what is the root cause of the issue that have been. And to be clear kan, daripada data yang kita ada, yeah, sebanyak 14,469 aduan telah diterima sehingga hari ini. Daripada 14,469 tu, 11,331 telah pun diselesaikan. Yeah. So in the process of selesaikan, what we see as the trend that came in, kadang-kadang the issue is about misunderstanding of how to interpret the bill. Yeah. I'll give you an example. This is not all the issues, because it's important that we go through every single case and we find out what's the issue, then we can clarify properly. Tapi there are some examples where bila orang dapat bill, dia tengok yang bawah. Seperti saya katakan tadi, because our system was not available between the 15th to the 20th, so kadang-kadang the number of days were a bit extended. Yeah. So instead of billing 30 days, it became 32 days, 33 days. Kalau lebih hari itu, the total absolute amount kat bawah tu slightly higher by the extra 2 days or 3 days. The most important thing that TNB had to make sure, kalau the bill tu terlebih hari, is to make sure that the rate that is used is correct. So katalah kan today, if you get charged X cents per kilowatt that you use, up to 200 it is X, above 200 to 400 it's Y. Yeah. Jadi kalau number hari itu lebih sikit, orang takut dia kena tarif rate yang tinggi lagi. So there is a system that's in place that allows proration. Jadi instead of kita tengok tarif takat 200 kilowatt, the tarif 200 kilowatt tu kita adjust by the extra days. So kalau lebih 2 hari, so instead of 200 for 30 days, jadi 210 for 32 days. Jadi orang tu tak overcharge. Yeah? That system has been the one that we've been running all these years and have been run through ST in the past. Yeah? So there are some which are keliruan yang datang pada tu. There are some yang kata boleh tak you datang, you test our meters, make sure the meter is correct. So within our system, after the aduan dah terima and kita rasa orang tu really want to make sure that the meter is correct, we send a team from Dato' Bahrain side who goes down to the house. They connect up the assessment test kit and we do it together with the president of the house owner or the owner of the line, kan? And we do the test to make sure we see whether the meter is measuring accurately or not. Yeah. So in those instances, banyakkan cases lah, most have been, there was no issue with the meter itself. Yeah. there are of course other reasons why people come in. So for us, the most important thing that people should do is buat aduan. When you put the aduan, case by case kita tengok, kita selesaikan sampai bawah. Yeah. I will say that sometimes we all are human. Kadang-kadang ada human error, because during the time that the system was not available, some of the data was not system uploaded. It was inputted, key in, kan? So kadang-kadang orang tu tersalah key in number. So in those instances, kalau kita establish that there was a wrong data entry, we agree to put in the correct number, and that person is compensated accordingly for the over charge. Yeah. But those are just circumstances. The most important thing is log lah. Because kalau kita log all the issues, yeah, kita can track, we can resolve. Kalau kita tak log, kita tak beritahu, we cannot come to closure on the issue lah. Yeah. That's what TNB has encouraged, and we are actually working very, very hard to allow people to come in as long hours as they can to do it. Yeah. And we've put in a lot more people to make sure that we can handle if there is a surge in attendance. Actually, masa hari keluarga bersama TNB di Melaka, we had up to 700 people who came to Kedai Tenaga at that one day, and we handle that process to make the logs, and we check.
Encik Amir, boleh tahu tadi Encik Amir kata, saya Azri daripada Bernama Channel, masalah sistem TNB bermula pada 15 hingga 20 Mei, tapi apa aduan daripada pengguna yang mempunyai masalah lebih terlalu tinggi dilaporkan pada Mac, awal Mac dan April. So when is the exact date that system has been
let me be clear again. Our system, we had a system trip on the 15th to the 20th. Yeah? During that time, the data that was in the system was not affected at all. Tapi in order to bring back the system, we had to do testing protocols to make sure that everything is correct before we turn on live. Jadi kalau you tengok from my TNB punya application, so on, there was regular updates in terms of letting the user know what was available and what was not lah, so that people don't come to Kedai Tenaga kadang-kadang, oh today you datang kita tak boleh buat tu kan. So we told people, and the focus for the team was to release as many of the functionality as we can. So by the time we got to the second day, we could take applications, yeah, for new connections and terminations, and so we could take it. Sometimes the applications came in manually. So then the issue is when the system is fully out, we have to upload the applications into the system. So during that period, that's when we recognized there was a technical downtime for the system. So if there's any claims or issues that were raised for prior than that 15, yeah, as we have suggested, make the report. We will investigate and we'll find out what's the root cause of why, and then in that root cause analysis, we will go and check what changed. Yeah, did the meter just put in? Yeah, so was there an old inaccurate meter in place? That's why you have a jump. Were there new things done? A renovation, new equipment put in the house? Is the consumption up? And kadang-kadang, I know some people say ni pelik sikit, but it is reality. The last 3 months have been quite hot, so people's consumption has been a bit higher because people turn on aircon semua. So that's patterns that we normally see. So the only way we can actually find out is let the user come in, log the report, and let the TNB work through the query. And as we said, we have tracking, we have commitment to resolve it, and we go through it. And we have data that shows that we have resolved a significant number of the aduan that are masuk.
So far, more than 11,000 cases have been settled. So majority of the problem tu what caused it?
Biar kat Cik Magata tolong.
Thank you very much. As mentioned, we have, I think it is, the case is being investigated case by case. So there are a number of reasons on why we can see some of the jump. I think in general, we have mentioned that it could be the billing period that is more than the usual. 30 hari yang kita biasa bilkan. Itu salah satu faktor. Dan kita juga lihat bahawa ada kes-kes yang di mana meter is actually old meter yang lama, yang mana kita replace meter baru, dia akan dapat satu peningkatan di situ. Ada juga meter-meter yang faulty, yang berada di premis. Begitu juga kita juga lihat ada penambahan peralatan di rumah-rumah pengguna. Contohnya upgrade daripada single phase kepada 3 phase. Dan ini semuanya combination ni yang kita ingin siasat secara terperinci, dan juga kita akan buat satu persatu. I think those are some of the common findings that we have this one.
Sir, I think previously TNB has mentioned that some of these cases were due to meter tampering. What is the proportion of meter tampering that you have found, and how effective is TNB at detecting meter tampering?
Ini satu perkara yang kita probably akui bahawa berlaku dalam sistem kita, di mana berlakunya apa yang dipanggil meter tampering. So there is a number of cases yang kita detect di mana berlakunya tampering, dan apabila kita detect tampering ini, apa yang kita biasa buat ialah kita akan buat analisa untuk cari di mana bermulanya tampering ini. Dan apabila kita dapat melalui analytics, kita ada bacaan-bacaan terdahulu, kita boleh estimate ataupun jangkakan bilanya dia bermula. So apabila berlaku perkara sembilan, kita akan back bill pengguna daripada bermulanya kejadian itu. So ini memang salah satu sebab yang mana bil akan naik apabila kita discover those meter tampering.
Sorry.
Any comment of the minister saying that TNB will be fined anyway, even though the bill
At the moment, the position that TNB is taken is our focus is not to worry about that yet, kan? Yeah, our focus is actually let's get over this issue first. Yeah, that's why most of my effort, my time, my people's time is spent on making sure that we have good responses on the ground. I put enough people in Kedai Tenaga. The care line is extended in hours. Yeah, and I have enough people on the ground for Dato' Bahrin's team. When we do the detailed investigation, they can go and respond faster. And I think that's what we want to do now. Let's close this issue first. After kita close, then we deal with anything else that comes along the way. So let's focus on what's important. The important thing now is about the consumer. Yeah.
Have TNB, Yang from Bernama, has TNB received any letter from the ministry pertaining to this issue, like the fine?
No, I think we have regular communications with the minister and also with ST. Yeah, and we have been giving our full cooperation to both sides. Yeah.
Sir, can TNB perhaps give a guarantee that something like this will not happen again? What are the measures that are put in place to ensure that this incident does not repeated again? Also, because as mentioned earlier, the complaints have been like for a couple of months. So why did TNB wait just now to explain the issue? Just comment.
Let me be very, very clear and transparent of what the things are. Okay? As I said to you earlier, we had a system glitch that happened 15th to 20th. That was the main new thing that actually were the difference. So the key thing that TNB wanted to do was to make sure that when we brought back the system, that there was no issue with the system. But as a consequence of the system being down, the billing period got a little bit longer because we couldn't bill when the system is down. Yeah, just to give you some raw statistics, kan? Normally, every day, TNB bills between 200,000 to 400,000 people. Yeah, so when we have a system down for 5 days, the number ends up to be quite large, lah. So it wasn't an easy task to make sure it's done. We could bring it up quicker, but I didn't want to bring it up if the system was not of full reliability, because we wanted to do all the checks to make sure it was correct. Now, what are we going to do forward? Yeah? As any issue, we always learn from errors in the process or failures in the system. A full investigation has begun to be conducted, and when the results come in, we will go back and take the recommendations from the investigation so that we can improve our system for the way forward. Yeah. But please remember, in totality, TNB has about 9 million customers overall. Yeah, it's not a small number. Yeah, and in some of the instances, there are practical things that come into play. So, for example, yeah, when there are meter readers, the meter readers go out to read. Sometimes they arrive at the house, and the house meter is inside, and then the guy cannot go in, so the guy has to go back. So he comes back another day. He comes back another day, also the owner tak ada. So that's the second day tak ada. Then third day also go back, owner tak ada. Maybe dia cuti lah kan. Yeah, things like that do happen. Yeah, so then we have to do estimate reading. So estimate reading is an estimate based on prior data, and we calculate. So there will always be movements because of that. Yeah. So these things are things that happen to adjust for normal practical conditions of living in. That's why that whole concept of prorata and everything has been a system that has been running for a while now to adjust for occurrences like that, and it's allowed under the Act. Yeah. In terms of additional days and stuff, if instances like this happen. Yeah. So what I want to say is, we will do our best to make sure we understand what we have learned from this, and when we have learned from this, we will incorporate that into our system to make sure that we reduce the risk. Yeah. To make it guarantee that it will never happen. I think in life it's very, very difficult to guarantee everything. The most important is how we react to things if it ever happens. And all I want to do is make sure I reduce the risk to as low as practical along the way. Yeah, and that's the commitment that TNB will do, to make sure we find out as much as we can, we improve the system as much as we can, so that we reduce the risk of occurrence as much as we can. Yeah.
Usually, how long is the investigation will take, and then how fast that the complainants can get the refund? What is the time frame you have?
To be honest, I'm not copying out. I'm not trying to get out of the answer. But the issue is, it depends on how complex the query is. Yeah. So if the query is, the person comes in and says, why my bill naik? Yeah. Last month is this month. Then we look at the bill and we talk to them, cik, bulan ni ada 35 hari. Yeah. Because this thing happened. Yeah. So this is the number, and we'll show you how we calculate it. Most of the time, for those instances, the pelanggan faham, yeah, dan musim. So in that instance, the remedy is instantaneous lah, yeah, because both parties accept the calculation is correct, yeah, and the response is done on spot. Yeah. Sometimes the guy comes in, the bill is tak munasabah, yeah, it is double or whatever the number may be to my original bill. Then we say, okay, maybe the best thing we can do is we take this aduan, we will investigate backwards and see what your trend of consumption was. We will send our people on the ground and we will walk through your premise and see what are the things that could have caused some movement. Yeah, and if we find that actually the root cause was something else and it was an error on our side, then at the conclusion we will credit back. Yeah, because we have a very simple policy. Whatever is not ours is not ours. We will return it back. Yeah, that's how TNB always runs and will always run on that basis. So I can't tell you it's going to take me 1 day or 2 days. It depends on the complexity of how much we want to investigate and how detailed we have to go down to the ground. Yeah, But the most important thing is when the aduan is made, we follow through and we finish the investigation. Yeah. To be practical also, let's be straightforward on the table kan. Kadang-kadang cannot get resolution. Yeah. Macam mana pun the person will always be unhappy. Dia kata, tapi dulu saya macam ni. Yeah. In that instance, we will try our very best. We'll show and explain and whatever it is. Yeah. And then hopefully in trying to mitigate we'll come to a landing. Yeah. But the most important is the basic justification must be able to be put out. And that's what we do. That's why for me at this juncture my focus is let me get and deal with this aduan first. Yeah. Let me finish the investigation and go through it and resolve, because the customer is the most important person at this point of time. Let's handle that first. That's why, despite the fact next week raya, then I've got my staff now pulled back for cuti. Yeah, I have my hours extended. Yeah, in order to make sure we address it, and we will address it. Yeah.
Is there any financial impact on this issue to TNB?
I think it's early days at this point of time. Yeah, kalau the final issue we find out X percentage is correct, there was nothing wrong, then there's no financial impact. If X percentage has been overbilled, we credit back. But in relative terms, this is still small in the total number. If you remember, up to April dengan May, we said 14,000 aduan. Yeah? My total customer base is 9 million. Yeah? So in relative terms, it's still small for the moment. But any complaint by the customer is still a complaint. I still have to go in and try to resolve it as much as I can. So that's what we do. We will follow through and push it through. The only thing we want is make the report. Pasal kalau orang tak buat report, lepas tu dia post sini, dia post sana, kita tak boleh resolve. Yeah? And it doesn't help anybody. But when it comes in, then we can work on it to try to find resolution. Yeah?
Okay, saya buka pada dua soalan lagi.
Pak Cik, based on the 11,000 punya case tu kan, the minimum time that the consumer will get credited back their money ataupun case yang boleh diselesaikan tu berapa tempoh masa based on the 11,000 cases that previously you have done?
I think kita mempunyai standard procedure yang mana kita boleh pulangkan sekiranya berlaku di mana kita perlu pulangkan. Pada standard procedure pada waktu ini disebabkan jumlah dia agak tinggi dibanding dengan biasa, maka kita perlu masa yang lebih sedikit daripada biasa. Dalam keadaan biasa kita boleh pulangkan dalam masa 2-3 minggu. Itu jangkaan biasa. Tapi saya harap kita semua faham bahawa apabila kita perlu buat investigation di tapak dan sebagainya, masa yang diperlukan mungkin lebih panjang daripada yang biasa kita amalkan.
Just to be clear what Megat actually says, that's the process of how we want to get to. Tapi katalah kan, you come in, you kata saya ada bill ni kata saya punya bill RM600. Dulu saya kena 400, naik 200. Kita investigate. Yeah? Tapi saya tak bayar lagi, dia kata. Kita investigate and we find that okay, there was an error. There was an error, either input error because wrong key in ke, or something else happened. Yeah? And we have to credit back 200. Yeah? Kalau dia tak bayar, then it's automatic credit back lah. The system is adjusted immediately to deduct the 200 lah. So dia tak hutang I lagi 200. Yeah? Tapi kalau dia dah bayar, this was a case that was 3 months ago lah katalah kan, and we investigate, then we go through our payment refund mechanism. And at the moment, to be frank, I will go through with Megat and we'll see what we can do to accelerate lah, kalau boleh, yeah, in that process.
Just to add, kepada kebiasaannya kita kredit balik kepada akaun pengguna tu. Sebarang rebate sekiranya berlaku, kita terus kredit kepada pengguna.
Is TNB planning to audit the actual rate of electricity?
Where did the question come from? Sorry. Oh, sorry. Okay. You repeat the
planning to
question?
audit the actual rate of electricity because there's so much problem now. So is TNB doing an overall audit for this issue?
Well, I think let's put it in perspective again. Okay? 2 months have transpired. I have 14,469 complaints or queries. Yeah, I have overall 9 million customers. Yeah. So 14,000 is still 14,000, and my obligation is to resolve that 14,000, and that's what we're doing. Yeah. So the key to me is not, I would say, you would say is everyone's bill is wrong, right? So the key is for the 14,000, when we identify the cases that have been identified, and if I have to test the meters, Dato' Barin's team will go down, and he allocates people to go down, and he spends time to connect up the test unit, measure what's the accuracy of the meters, and are they getting and reading the right thing, so that you know whether consumption of electricity is correct or not. Yeah? So that's what we do. That's why our message is, please lah, tolong masuk buat aduan. From the aduan we can check. Yeah, along the way. I thought you want to add to your process of it. So kita lakukan.
Okay, dengan soalan terakhir itu, maka berakhirlah sidang media pada hari ini. Dengan itu saya mempersilakan Encik Amir, Datuk dan Encik Budat untuk beredar meninggalkan majlis.
Okey, terima kasih semua kerana datang hari ini, dan yang siapa-siapa yang menyambut Aidilfitri, selamat Hari Raya Aidilfitri dan maaf saya batin. Terima kasih.
Sementara itu, kepada rakan-rakan media yang memerlukan teks ucapan tadi, boleh berjumpa dengan staf kami, Fazrin di belakang untuk mendapatkan speech tersebut. Ya, terima kasih.